If you're wondering what a day in the life looks like for a stay-at-home mom homeschooling 2 boys that are 6 and 1, well then just keep on watching because I'm going to give you a little look-see at the next 3 hours of our day while we are still adjusting to a new year. That is if I don't break the table before doing so. Last year was a breeze. Well, it wasn't exactly a breeze because I had to get used to homeschooling a kindergartner that had never actually gone to school. However, the raging toddler was only 8 months at that time and he didn't really care about a dang thing. I mean, every now and again he ate a crayon, but most of the time he just sat there with snacks in his high chair and it was overall not that hard. This year he is 1.5, trying to get into everything he can and of course wants to do everything that his big brother is doing. So we're having a little bit of a hard time adjusting. Yesterday was our first day and that little boy was reaching his hands to the table trying to get whatever he could and was throwing it all around the house. I forgot that our table actually pulls out to be longer. So today that is what I'm doing and I'm getting an extra chair out and I'm going to include him into everything we're doing. I looked up online and it told me to give him little sensory bins with like rice and sand and stuff. Whoever wrote that article has never met steel. If I give that little boy rice or sand or any little particles of anything, it's going to be in every square inch of this trailer. Oh, and I forgot to mention we are also homeschooling in a 44-foot long toy hauler. I mean, the living quarters are not as big as they could be, but our kids are still small, so it really doesn't make that big of a difference. If I were homeschooling in a house, I'd probably be in a little room anyways. Don't get me wrong, we all still get a little bit stir crazy sometimes. Moving onto our property and into a house is actually in the works right now, so hopefully next year the living quarters will be a little bit bigger. The kids are small right now, but I know my time is clicking or ticking or whatever. These boys are only going to be so small for so long. My house is already turning into a WWE fight every day, and I know it's only about to get worse from here. However, another reason that I wanted to make this video was because when I first started homeschooling, I thought the River needed to be sitting in his chair, not talking at all, staring at the paper. That is really not true for a little boy. If you want to be jumping up and down while telling me your vows or growling out the sounds to the letters, I really don't care as long as you know, because you know what? Before you know it, your kid is going to grow out of it. They're going to sit in a chair eventually, and we will all probably long for the days that they are jumping in our faces while we are trying to get them to memorize their short sounds and their long sounds. Nobody's day of homeschooling is perfect unless you have one child, maybe. I mean, while I was finishing up school with River, I turned around and Steel had dumped out all the dog food and was running a police car with sirens through the food, scattering it everywhere. I'm just here to show you what a normal day of parenting looks like, with not one thing that is aesthetic.